Hi guys, it's Mrs. D. Felice. Today I am going to give you an example of a story. So we have been working on telling a story. As you can see from my slide here, it says, let's tell a story. So what is our core word? What do we need to tell a story? Well, telling a story is very similar to what we've been working on in our Story Champs lessons with all the story elements. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and show you the story elements that you're familiar with, and we are going to work on telling a story together. All right, so let me go into present mode so you guys can see it a little bit. I'm going to move myself up here. So the first part of a story is talking about our character or who is in our story. Now remember, the pictures along the bottom are for you if you want to find these story elements in your device. But can anybody tell me who is my story going to be about today? Do you see him? It's Mr. Potato Head. So I'm going to start my story with, once upon a time, Mr. Potato Head was, all right, now let's think about the next story part. We want to talk about where. Where is our story taking place? I'm going to move this over here so you guys can see your story concepts down here if you want. Okay, so where is a place? Remember, it's our setting and it's a question word. So I'm going to add to my story by telling you where we are. Once upon a time, Mr. Potato Head was in his room at home. Guys, see my room? Got some Legos over there that my kids play with. So I've got the first two parts to my story. Now we have to talk about when. When is this taking place? When is the time? So I'm going to look outside and I see that it's nice and bright. It's sunny outside. So the time of day is that it's day. So my story could sound still like this. Once upon a time, Mr. Potato Head was in his room at home during the day. You see how I'm adding on all of the different story elements? But now we have to talk about the problem. We talk about this one a lot in Story Champs. The problem is the bad thing that happened. Look, Mr. Potato Head lost his hat. That's a problem. He wants to be able to go outside, but he does not have his hat. So the next thing we would talk about is, how does he feel? Let's think about that, friends. If you lost your hat, you might feel sad. Can you see his face? He's got a frown now. Our character is feeling sad. So what is the action? How is the character going to solve this problem? I know Mr. Potato Head could look around the room. He's going to look under his bed. He's going to look in his closet. He's going to look over the shelves. And guess what? He used his eyes to look and he found his hat. Oh boy, that is a good action that he did. He did that to solve his problem. Now we get to the ending. How does the story end? Mr. Potato Head has his hat, so he's ready to go outside to play. Don't forget the end feeling. How does he feel at the end? Look at Mr. Potato Head. He feels happy. So that goes through all the parts of telling a story. Now, friends, I'm going to try to do it again. So here's my example story. Once upon a time, there was Mr. Potato Head. He is in his room during the day and he wants to go outside, but he can't find his hat. So he has to look around to find his hat. He feels sad about that he can't find his hat. Oh, but look, he found it. So the end of our story is Mr. Potato Head is happy and he gets to go outside. The end. I hope you like that example of a story. Now it's your turn to tell me a story.